Hi friends, this is going to be core work. So we're going to start laying down on our mat, so go ahead and make your way there. If you don't have a yoga mat at home, feel free to use a towel or something that's flat that doesn't have too much of cushion to it, so you don't want to use any pillows or anything like that. So making our way all the way to the mat, we start off with breathing. So bending the knees, bring the feet to a comfortable position on the mat, and then just kind of noticing how we feel here, maybe even walking the shoulder blades underneath us, so our shoulder blades aren't poking out and into the mat. Gently relaxing fingertips on the mat. Feet are nice and grounded. And then noticing our tailbone heavy on the mat, and then noticing at the back of our head gently pressing into the mat. Slight pop of the chin in towards chest. And then noticing if our low ribs are flaring out of the mat. Allow those low ribs to relax into the mat, but maintaining that natural curve in our low spine. Let's take a big breath in through nose, fill up with breath, and then just exhale, maybe through the mouth, through the nose, empty completely. Again, we'll take another breath in, inhaling, and exhaling. Soften the shoulders one more time, and exhale. On this next breath, we'll inhale. Maybe even push the belly outwards to allow for more room for the breath. As you exhale this time, starting with your pelvic floor, zip up the pelvic floor, zip up the low abs, zip up the mid abs, all the way up to push the breath up and out through the mouth or nose, emptying completely. Again, we'll fill up the breath. Allow the belly to move outward. Fill up all the way to the top where you can't take any more breath in. And then when you're ready to exhale, pull the pelvic floor up and in. Pull those abs up and in. Squeeze the breath out, and then pushing it up and out through the mouth or nose. We'll add on from there. Inhale, filling up again to the most that you can. And then as we exhale this time, we're going to zip up that pelvic floor, zip up the abs, but we're also going to cinch our waist in. So think about pulling in from the side and then down. And then squeezing the breath up and out. Inhale again, fill up with breath. Take a pause this time. And then as you exhale, pull the pelvic floor up and in. Squeeze those abs down as you cinch the waist in, wearing that corset. And then inhale when you've reached the last drop of breath out. And then exhale. Now let's maintain that tightness in the core. So as we move through each exercise, we want to try and maintain that flat space from our pelvic bone all the way to the low ribs. We don't want to let a lot of we don't want to push the abs up and out. We want to keep them in to activate that transverse abdominal or abdominis. We're going to start with marching. So draw the knees into your chest, keeping the core tight, keep the head, neck, shoulders onto the mat. Maybe find a single rock or two from side to side, just loosening up the low back. And then pausing here. Now, parallel the shins to the sky. Draw the knees over your hips and maybe even slightly forward so you can really activate those low abs. Again, we're keeping those low ribs into the mat. Shoulders down into the back, chin slightly tucked in. Begin to release the right foot to the floor. And then notice when your low back starts to arch. That's your low point. We lift back up, squeeze the abs. Draw to the knee. Left leg lowers. Again, notice when your low back starts to arch. That's your low point. We lift it up. And then on the right, squeeze those abs, connect the low ribs to the mat, and then left, and then up. Two more each side, to the right, and up, to the left, and lift, to the right, and up, and then to the left, and up. Draw the knees into your chest, give yourself a little break. Keep those abs pulled up and in though. Cinch the waist. Baby rock from side to side. Now moving into our 100, our first Pilates specific exercise. You have two options for your 100. If your head, neck, shoulders get fatigued easily, feel free to lower them back to the mat at any time. You can start with your head, neck, shoulders up, and then lower down, or you can just start with the head, neck, shoulders down, see how you feel, and then maybe lift head, neck, shoulders up. So from here, we're going to draw the knees over the hips, maybe even slightly forward of the hips. Hands will come down next to our sides. Now, if you want to try lifting head, neck, shoulders up, feel free. Engage the core, gaze at the belly button, and then begin to pump the arms up and down. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, if you want to add on, maybe send the legs straight to your high point and keep pumping the arms. Maybe pump a little faster. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Last breath in. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come on, the pumping of the arms. Maybe lift up just an inch higher, and then draw the knees into your chest. Lower head, neck, shoulders. Find a gentle rock each way. Again, trying to maintain that activation in the core even when we're resting. Now moving on to dead bug. So shoulders into the back, we'll keep head, neck, shoulders down. Knees will shift over the hips, maybe just slightly forward of the hips. Now to help keep this opposite knee in line with where we want it, we're going to take our right hand and bring it to the left top of the knee. Left hand will reach to the sky, right leg's going to move. So activate the core, cinch your waist. Left hand reaches long as right leg reaches long. We draw it back up to center. Press into your right hand and left knee. Reach. And up. And reach. And lift. 2 more here. Again, keep those lower ribs in. Once more. And draw it up. Now we switch to the other side. So left hand on top of your right knee, right hand to the sky. Reach it long. And then up. Reach long. Squeeze those abs. Up. Reach. And lift. 2 more. Out. And lift up. Press into your left hand as the right knee presses into your palm. Lift it up. Draw the knees in. And then find that gentle rock each way. Double leg stretch will be next. So again, keeping head, neck, shoulders on the mat if you need to. Arms will reach past the ears. Legs will work more at a high 45. Or more of a challenge with head, neck, shoulders up. Gaze at your core, again, cinch the waist. We're going to work the arms to start. So inhale, reach long. Exhale, pull the arms around. And then pull the knees in. Keep that tailbone heavy. Inhale, reach long. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. 2 more. And exhale. Once more. And exhale. Now working just the leg. Arms hover over the knees. Inhale, reach long. Exhale, draw the knees in. Inhale. And exhale. Use the abs to squeeze the knees into your heart. Don't let the tailbone lift. 2. And 1. Draw the knees in. Now we work arms and legs at the same time. Inhale, reach long. Exhale, pull the knees in. Reach long. Squeeze your abs. In. Out. And in. Out. And in. 1 more. Inhale. And exhale. Draw the knees in. Lower head, neck, shoulders. Moving on to lower lift. Hands can be behind the head, or hands can be underneath the tailbone for a little extra support. So coming to your lower lift, head, neck, shoulders can stay on the mat. Again, if your neck is fatigued, or cinch the waist, connect those lower ribs to the mat. Lift head, neck, shoulders up, gaze your core. Lift the legs to the sky. Now quality heels the knees like heels touch toes, turn up. Keep a soft bend in the knees. Squeeze your abs. Lower in 3. Lower in 2. Lower in 1. Lift. Squeeze back to center. Keep the tailbone heavy. Lower down. Down. Lift up. 2 more of the stretches. Down. 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 Lift. Down. 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 Squeeze, lift. Now we reverse. We lower in 1. We lift in 3, 2, 1. We lower in 1. Lift in 3, 2, 1. Lower in 1. Lift in 3, 2. One last time here. Down and lift, lift, lift. Knees into heart. Lower. Head, neck, shoulders, splits lifted and rock from side to side. Moving on to crisscross. So hands behind the head. You have a few options for your crisscross. Right knee can start drawn in, left leg in front of the floor. You can lift up, twist to center, come back to center, keep the head and shoulders lifted as you switch the legs, and then reach up and over the other side. More of a challenge is to keep both knees up, feet off the floor, right knee into heart, left leg goes long. We can twist up and reach. So we're going to do 5 each side, so finding your starting point, head, neck, shoulders lift, gaze to your core. Left leg long, right knee in, inhale up through center, exhale, twist, keep that left elbow wide, come back to center, switch your legs, reach up and twist. In and twist. In, reach, twist. Move through center and twist. Move through center and twist. We have 2 more each side. Up and up. Keep the elbows wide. Up and up. Come back. Knees in the heart. Lower head and shoulders rock from side to side. All right, bring the feet to the floor. Moving on to glute bridge. So keeping our core active to help protect that low back. We walk the feet till they're closest to our glutes. Hands rest down next to your sides. Walk the shoulder blades underneath you. And again, cinch your waist. Draw those low ribs in. Feet underneath our knees. We'll start with just a simple lift and lower. So inhale, tuck your pubic bone towards your nose. Narrow the space between your low ribs and your pelvis. Lift your hips to the sky. Squeeze your glutes. Squeeze the midline. So don't let the knees touch, but as if you're hugging an imaginary wall with your inner thighs for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. We'll do 1 more of those. Inhale, tuck your pubic bone in. Lift it up, squeeze and hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now lower down. We'll add on. So inhale, tuck your pubic bone towards your nose. Lift the hips, find your high point. Now we lower just an inch of the hips. We lift up, squeeze. We lower down. We lift up, squeeze. Lower, squeeze, lift. Down, squeeze, lift. Down, and lift. We have 5. Up, 4. Up, 3. Up, 2. Lift. 1. Hold to the top. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Lift up an inch higher. And then lower down. Windshield wiper knees from side to side. Then moving on to our stomachs. Flipping over. And then moving into swan prep. So swan prep, bring the hands on top of one another. Forehead to your hand. Keep the toes glued to your mat. Shoulders down to the back. Now, inhale here. As you exhale, pull the low abs in. Press your pubic bone into the mat so you can activate those low abs. Take a breath in. Inhale, lift head, heart, shoulders off the mat. Keep the forehead glued to the hand. Lengthen out as you lower back down. We'll do 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. Lift. Lengthen as you lower. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. And then lengthen to lower. Once more. And then lengthen, lift. And then lengthen, lower. Moving on to swimming. Arms go long ahead of you, toes on behind you. Keep forehead glued to the mat. You're going to take an inhale, lift. Right hand, left foot off the floor. Keep left hand, right foot glued to the floor. And then lower down. Squeeze your abs. Inhale. Exhale, lift left hand, right foot. Lower. We'll do 1 more each side. Inhale. And exhale. lower down. And then left and right, lower. Now, if you want, you can join me by lifting hands and feet at the same time, or you can stick with the alternating movement. Breath in. As you exhale, lift everything up or stay with that alternating movement, head, heart, gaze, lift. Begin to swim. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Calm your tummy. Lift up and higher. Lower back to the mat. Hands underneath our shoulders. Let's press up and back to an active rest. And then we'll find our last move. So when you're ready, setting yourself up to plank. From here, hands can be out in front of you. Shifting forward so our hips are lower, coming onto the knees. If you're honoring your wrists, elbows to mat, you can lift up onto your toes. Or hands underneath our shoulders, and then we lift up for our full plank. Now, if you want more of a challenge, I will give you a leg pull down. So you'll lift one leg up, rock forward and back, set that toe down, lift, forward, and back on the other side. So when you're ready, lifting up, finding your plank, and holding for 30 seconds. Squeezing our abs, gaze is lifted, pressing up and out of the low back, out of the upper back. The hips are low. And then if you want that leg pull down, lift, shift, and then lower, lift, shift on the other side. Keep going. You have 5. You have 4. You have 3. You have 2. You have 1. Lower down. Take a rest. And you finished your core work. Good job, guys. See you soon.